Hey everybody. Okay, so for tonight's homework, you're going to see that it is at 7.5 grouping symbols. We did the first one in class and we did a couple of them extra. On your paper, you can see right down here in this corner for number 1. I want you to get into the habit of saying the numbers out loud. Now, I have some whisper phones that you're able to use. So if you need to whisper and when you're reading it on the computer or having it read to you, transferring the information, and so you can do that. So this is an example of what I'm talking about. So for question 1, we're doing all odd numbers tonight. 1, I will say to myself 14 plus brackets parentheses 2 times 5 close parentheses plus, you can say open parentheses, or you can just say parentheses, 3 times 8. You can say close parentheses or just parentheses, and then bracket. Please make sure that you make it where you can see it and understand it, okay? All right, so now I'm going to switch over quickly so that we can see it. I'm going to enlarge this so we can go step by step. Oh, that's me. Hi. That's not what I want. I didn't want to show me. I want to show the camera. Okay. So, all right. We have order of operations, PEMDAS. P-E-M-D-A-S. First thing you've got to do is look for the grouping. So it's the brackets first. And in the brackets, are there any parentheses? Again, this is like GEMDAS. You can do the groupings or the parentheses, PEMDAS. First thing, I'm looking to see, yes, I do have brackets. Okay, check. In the brackets, yes, there are parentheses. Check. First thing that I see is 2 times 5. So I'm going to the brackets first. So 2 times 5 equals 10. Since I'm done with these parentheses, I'm going to bring down my bracket. If you're wanting to add parentheses here, you can do so. That's your option if that makes you feel better. If you don't, then you can just don't put those there. Okay, so that is up to you. I'm going to bring down the plus sign. 3 times 8 equals 24. And I close my bracket. I'm going to bring down everything on the outside of my group, and that is plus 14. I'm done with that one. So I've talked to you that today I was going to be using the sticky note just so that you can see how I'm done with the first equation, right? Because order of operations means that you're going to be taking this longer numeric expression and making it smaller and smaller. You're simplifying it to its simplest term. So this is a simpler term, but we can still make it simpler. With PEMDAS, going back to my brackets or back to my brackets and my groups, I do have my brackets. So what is 10 plus 24? Very good. It equals to 34. Bring down my 14. That's the next simplest term. So I'm going to cover this up. Remember, anytime you need to pause it, do so that you can catch up. Now I have 14 plus 34, and 14 plus 34 equals, very good, 48. If you need to, I strongly suggest you do your computations, but you're doing it on the outside of your triangle so that you can add up using the stacking system. So if you can see, I have my upside down triangle, and some were saying that, oh, it looks like a diamond. So whichever way you want. So the answer to here is going to be 48. And I'm going to switch over. Okay, there we go. Oh, it's going to show my face again. I don't want it on here. I want the switch. Let me just, there we go. And so the answer, I'm going to write this in here, is 48. Okay. And there, and yippee! So that was great. Did that. Very good. All right, now let's move to number 3. Oh, this is where I forgot. Okay, so now that was a yay, and I'm going to go ahead and erase this part because otherwise it's not moving with me. And what I will do, I'm going to switch this over to just to a new copy, just so that we can see it. I'm going to move over here to the problem, and here I can type in 48 and it'll stick on the problem. It'll stick on the board. So the answer is 48. I'm going to write it right there. All right, the next one is number 3. And I'm going to kind of enlarge that so that you can see it. On my paper, this is number 3. And remember, you need to write it on a separate sheet of paper so that you can see your work. So I'm going to say this out loud, so say it with me. 40 divided by bracket, parentheses, 18 minus 9. You can say parentheses again, or you can say close parentheses, minus, you can say open parentheses or just parentheses again, 13 minus 12. You can say parentheses again or close parentheses, bracket. Okay, now don't forget we have PEMDAS, right? And you had it on the top of your page that you wrote it. So the first thing you're going to do is go to see if there's any brackets. And I have my brackets here. That's there. So I'm going to go ahead and go back over and expand this out. Then I'm going to go into my parentheses. So what do I see first? I'm going to bring down my brackets. I have 18 minus 9. What is 18 minus 9? Very good. It is 9. Because 9 plus 9 equals 18. Going to subtract that out. 13 minus 12 equals 1. Very good. I'm going to close my bracket up, and I'm bringing down my 40 divided by. The next step, and here I'm finished with the first line. Now I made the second expression a little simpler so that I can finish it up. I still have brackets. Remember, we're looking at PEMDAS. Go to the brackets. There's no more parentheses, but I still have to do everything in the bracket. So what is 9 minus 1? Very good. It is 8. And I have 40 divided by 8. I want you to think of it that's the same as 8 times what equals 40? Very good. It's going to be 5. So the answer is equal to 5. Again, I still have my upside down triangle. There we go. So I'm going to switch over. And the answer is 5. And it's yay, 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 yay. All right. Let's move to number 5. I'm going to scoop my paper down. You can see here I'm in this corner. Now repeat it while we're saying it, right? I'm starting off with, I'm over here, starting off with the bracket, right? So I'm going to say bracket, parentheses, 21 minus 13, close parentheses, plus parentheses 32 minus 24 parentheses bracket times 4. Okay, now I've written that out now. And now I'm going to switch over and I'm going to start. Order of operations. Got to go to my PEMDAS, right? Do I have brackets? I do have brackets. So there's my brackets. I got to go into my brackets. And now I have to look to see what I have in my parentheses. So I have 21 minus 13. And what is 21 minus 13? Very good. It's going to be 8. Because 13 plus 8 will give me 21. Bring down my bracket. I'm done with my parentheses, but if I wanted to put that around there, that's fine. Then I have plus. I'm going to have my other parentheses, 32 minus 24. And what is that? Okay, so if I add 6 more to it, it's 30. I'm too short, so it's 6, 7, 8. So the answer would be 8. I'm bringing down my bracket, and it's times 4 that I'm bringing down. I just took this long numerical expression and made it shorter. So now I can cover this part up. And I'm going to cover this section over here. And now I've simplified that long one to here. Going back to my PEMDAS, I have my brackets. So I still have to do everything in here. So what is 8 plus 8? Very good, it's 16. 16, bring down the times 4. And what is 16 times 4? Very good, it is 64. 4 times 6 equals 24, regroup. 4 times 1 is 4, plus 2 equals 6. If you're needing to work it out this way, doing it outside your triangle, I was going to do the doubles, but my brain, and you're showing your regrouping, and that's 24. Not 24, it's 6. My brain is wanting to do the doubles, and I'll show you in a second. So that's 64. The doubles that my brain's forced to do is, I know that 16 times 2 is the same as 16 plus 16, and that makes it at 32. And if I doubled my 32s, it's the same as 16 times 4. So you can see that. That's the greatest thing about when you're multiplying by 4s. Just take, what is it, half of? So you're going to just do that number times 2, which is the same as 16 plus 16, right? That gives you 32. And you're just going to double it because it's the same as 16 times 4. And that's what I did here. So the answer is 64. And then I'll take this off so that you can see what it really looks like. So again, we took it from our long numerical expression, made it smaller, and then took it to a much simpler form till we got to one answer. All right, so let's take this over to our paper. So number 5, we said that it's going to be 64. Yay! Let me get back to mouse. And it's 64. Yippee! Okay, let's do the number 7. So number 7, looks like I may have some space here, but I'm just going to go ahead and flip my paper over just in case. I'm going to write PEMDAS up here again, or groupings, knowing that it's brackets. and anything in the brackets I have to look for. Got to do that first. Then I'm either going to multiply or divide if there's those. After that, then I would add or subtract anything that's in the parentheses, and then anything outside of that. So for number 7, I have the number 32 plus bracket, parentheses. I see I almost didn't do that. That's why it's really important for you to say it out loud to yourself. 11 minus 7, parentheses, plus, parentheses, 5 times 3, parentheses, and bracket. Now I'm ready to get started. So let's come over here to enlarge it. All right, I see my groupings, check. And in my groupings, in my groupings in my brackets, I have parentheses, check. So I'm going to do that first. So 11 minus 7 equals, very good, it's 4. Bring down my bracket. That's going to be plus 5 times 3 equals, very good, it's 15. Bring down my bracket. I'm done right now with everything in my group. So I'm bringing down the outside, that's plus 32. Now I've simplified this. Now, is this easier to work with now? I still have to do everything in my group first. So 4 plus 15 equals, and there's only one operation, and equals to 19. Bring down my plus 32, and 19 plus 32. If you can't figure it out side by side, stack it. 9, 10, 11, regroup, 3, 4, and 5. So the answer is equal to 51. Okay, so this is what it looks like, truly. If you need to use sticky notes, there's plenty of sticky notes to use. Use those to cover it up so you can see it's simple. But you need to be writing that PEMDAS. Right now, you may end up having that test on Friday. If not, it'll be Mondays. Either way, you're still going to have the end of the unit test, and you'll have to recognize this. All right, so let's come over here to my problem. And number 7 is going to be 51. Let's look at problem number 9 now. And there's 9. I'm going to go ahead and write that over here on my paper. 9, say it with me, bracket, parentheses, 13 minus 9, close parentheses, times 3, bracket, plus, bracket, parentheses, 14 minus 8, parentheses, times 2, bracket. All right, there's my problem. You see that in the bottom right-hand corner. Let's go ahead and solve this one. My PEMDAS, got to do everything. Got to find my brackets. There's this one here, and then everything in the parentheses first. So this is going to be the first thing. So 13 minus 9 equals, very good, it's 4. So I'm going to bring down my 4 times 3, that's in my bracket, plus, here's my next bracket. Inside my bracket, I see a parentheses. This is first. Well, this will be the second. Remember, you got to do everything in the parentheses first. So 14 minus 8 equals 6 times 2. Bring that down. Okay. Now I'm simplified this long numerical expression, and now that's what it looks like. I'm going to go ahead and cover this up so it doesn't confuse you. All right, still have my bracket, so I need to multiply here first. What is 4 times 3? Very good, it's 12. Bring down my addition sign. 6 times 2. Very good, it's 12. Now that I've simplified it even more, what is 12 plus 12? It's 24. Very good, and that is the simplest form. So as I'm reducing, this is what my bigger picture looks like. So let's switch over. And let me type in 24. If you're going to be working out the even numbers, I'm going to go ahead and give you those answers, and then you can see how I got to it. So 2 is 15. 4 is going to be 10. 6 is 19. 8 is 9. And 10, the answer is 29. It's in its simplest form. All right, so let's look at number 11. Fred's car dealership has a 3-floor parking garage with cars for sale. Oh, wow, that's interesting. Each floor has 3 rows of 5 compact cars. Oh, that's also interesting. So I'm going to come over here, and I know that there's 3 floors. 3-floor parking garage. I know that for sure. And it says that each floor has 3 rows of 5 compact cars. So that's another important information. I'm going to switch that over here. 3 rows of, there's that of, that means what operation? Okay, you should be thinking multiplication. So I'm going to write of multiplication. And then there's this word and. So this particular one, I'm going to end up, what operation would I do with this one here? Because it has 4 rows of 8 sedans. Yeah, I'm going to combine those together. So I'm going to put a little plus sign on top of here. Then it has, let me do, I guess I'll do blue. And then I have 4 rows of 8 sedans. Anybody know what a sedan is? If not, look it up. Ask your parents, they'll know. So that of means to multiply. Write an expression you can use to find the number of cars in Fred's garage. And then we're going to simplify. All right, so now we know that we have, based on my information, I have 3 rows of 5 compact cars in each row, right? So 3, and we said it was times 5. I'm going to place those in parentheses, because that's 3, that's on each floor. And so I'm going to add this together. And on the other one, it says 4 rows of 8 sedans. 4 times 8 sedans. And I'm going to put that one in parentheses as well. Is that making sense so far? But remember, I still have that's 3 floors of all this. So this is on each floor. So I'm going to go ahead, because I need to put, let me move this over here. I need to multiply that by 3. But if I leave it like that, is it going to get what I need? Now I need to do everything that's in these brackets first. So I've got to do that first. So I'm going to take this expression, write it on my paper over here. So this is for question 11. Bracket, parentheses, 3 times 5, parentheses, plus, parentheses, 4 times 8, parentheses, close bracket, times 3. All right, and there we are. So let's go ahead and get this one. And let's see how many cars they actually have. So remember that they had 3 rows of 5 compact cars. So that'll be 15 compact cars. And I'm just going to bet this represents compact. This represents sedans. And I just wrote that up there. There I had 4 rows of 8 sedans in each. So 4 times 8. I know that 2 times 8 equals 16. Double my 16ths is equal to 32. I'm going to put my brackets, bring my brackets down, and then times 3. So what is 15 plus 32? Very good, it's 47. I'm going to write it out here just so that you can see it. 5, 6, 7, 3, 4, and you can see that that's 47. Times 3. So you can either add 47 3 times, or we're going to multiply that out. 47 times 3. This is the same as 3 times 7 and 3 times 40. So I know that 3 times 7 equals 21. I'm going to have my 1, 0, cross that out and bring it over here. And 3 times 4 equals 12. Add that up. 1, 4, and 1. So they have a total of 141 cars. This is total cars. Okay, and that's what it looks like with the upside down triangle. There we go right there. You see how all the time you'll get that. So I'm going to go ahead and so I'm just going to type in the answer 141 total cars. If you're wanting to work out number 12, the answer on this one right here, and see if you can do it. I'm going to tell you what the answer is. It's 78, and I'm going to let you figure out the expression. So the answer is 78. Find the number of boards the carpenter has now. So you have 78 boards. Now you'll write out what it is. Do you have to do this, Stevens? No, but I know that I have some kids out there that want to do them all, and that's what that one is. All right, let's move over to the next page. Again, you're doing only the odd numbers. Which expression has a value of 1? All right, well, let's look at this one here. I'm going to, let's see if I just make my pen a little bit thinner. All right, I have to do everything in the parentheses. So 9 times 2 equals 18. 18 plus 12. I'm going to close my brackets. Am I going to get a value of 1? Is this going to equal to 1? No, I can already see that's not going to happen, right? Can you see that too? All right, so I know that doesn't work. Let's go to B. 9 times 2 equals 18, plus 4 times 3 equals 12. This is going to be bracket, divided by 30. What is 18 plus 12? Very good. So then this will be 30. That was a mess up right there. I'm going to go ahead and type it. Nope, I'm going to go ahead and write it. So this will be 30 divided by 30. So how many groups of 30 can go into 30? Yes, only one time. So the answer here is going to be B. All right, let's look at them. If you do 14, see how I got the answer B. Okay, so number 15. The school math coach takes an inventory of the math materials. So we all went to the math lab today, so we were able to see most of the math materials that we have. He counts the materials for 5 different classes. Each class, so I have 5 different classes. So I know that this is where I have. Each class has 7 boxes of 10 pattern blocks. That of means what? Very good, multiplication. 6 boxes of 9 rulers. That's 9 rulers in each box. And, love that word and. What does and mean? There you go, because we're going to combine them, right? Put a plus sign there. And 3 boxes of 2 calculators. So that's 2 calculators in each box. Which expression shows the number of math materials? Okay, so what do I know about this? That's 5 different classes. So here's the 5 different classes. Kind of highlight that part there. This represents 5 classes. There we go. And then we have 7 boxes of 10 patterns. Does that make sense there? There we go, right there. And 6 boxes of 9 rulers. Well, that looks like, right? And then 3 boxes of 2 calculators in each box. And we have the and, so does that mean that we are adding all of those together? We are combining those, right? So that looks about right. So how many different ones? Because each class has those. Would we add here? No, so this is here, we're not going to be adding. That's wrong, so this is not a correct answer. 5 times 7 times 10, that doesn't, we're multiplying 5 groups of 7, then take that total times the 10 groups of that, plus 6, or we're going to multiply then the 9, 6 times 9, and then 3 times 2. That doesn't make, we're not going to do that. And then here it's 7 times 10, which we did, plus 6 times 9, which we did, plus 3 times 2, which we did. But are we dividing those between 5 classes? No, we're not dividing it. So the correct answer is A. If you're answering the number 16, the answer to that is going to be D. Let's look at this multi-step problem. The principal conducted a school assembly every school year for a day. On Monday, 78 students attended. And this is what we're going to be doing. We're going to start keeping track of attendance to make sure that everyone is coming to school. And we want to make sure that you're here. Okay, so we have 78 students in attendance, then 6 classes with 25 students in each class attended each day for the next 3 days. Then on Friday, 8 classes with 32 students in each class attended the assembly. So how many students attended the assembly? All right, so let's get started. All right, so we're going to start on another sheet of paper so that we can write this out. Let's go through and see what we exactly have in our story. So let's highlight. So on Monday, I'm going to highlight Monday. 78 students showed up. So here I'm going to write Monday. 78 students. Then 6 classes with 25 students in each class attended each day for the next 3 days. All right, so here's what I see. We have 6 classes with 25 students in each class that attended for the next 3 days. Does that sound right to you? Okay, then it says on Friday, we had 8 classes with 32 students in each class that attended the assembly. So these are the 3 equations we have. Now let's bring them all together. So I'm going to go ahead and enlarge this part here. So let's bring these all together. I have started off with 78 students plus, well, I got to do all of this first too. So I'm going to put this in brackets. I'm going to move this small expression into my parentheses, 6 times 25, close my parentheses, times 3, and 8 times 32, parentheses, and my bracket. I'm gonna move that over there. Does that make sense? So I got to do everything in the bracket. Do I have to do everything here too? Yes. So 6 times 25. Okay, guys, think of quarters, right, for money. How many quarters make $1? 4 quarters. So that's already 100. If I added 2 more quarters, that's 150. And now you know what 6 times 25 is, right? So this is 150 times 3 plus 8 times 32. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and bring this over here, 32 times 8. If you get confused, you know that you have 8 times 2 and 8 times 30. 8 times 2 is 16, so you can either regroup it or write it out there. I have 1 0, bringing it here. 8 times 3 equals 24, and then I will add my partial products. That's 6, 5, and 2, so that's 256. So that's where I'm at there. Now I've taken this long equation and I made it shorter. But look how I broke everything else over here, right? I took everything and I broke it apart in my story, and then I brought it together. Now I need to find out what 150 times 3 is. Well, if 150 plus 150 is 300, then 300 plus another 150 is 450. Plus 256. And if you didn't get that when I was talking about it, you're doing is 150. You can do your times 3, because I know that 15 times 3 is 45, and I have my 0. Or you know that 150 and 150 equals 300. So you can see there's so many different ways of doing that. So this is one way of doing it. Or you had 150 times 3. 3 times 0 equals 0. 3 times 5 is 15. Regroup. 3 times 1 is 3 plus 1 equals 4. So you can see that there's different ways of doing that. Now I'm going to add these two. So now I have 450 plus 256. 6 plus 0 equals 6. 5 plus 5 equals 10. Regroup. 4, 5, 6, 7. This is still one of the things that I forgot. These are still in the brackets, so if you remembered, excellent choice, way to go. Needed to put that here because I needed to bring down that 78 plus, because I still have to add in the 78 students that showed up on Monday. So here, this is 706, and those are on the other days. And I'm going to add now the 78. So I'm bringing this down, 706 plus 78. Those are the Monday kiddos. 6 plus 8 equals 14. Regroup. 7 plus 1 equals 8. And bring down my 7. So the total number of students that showed up for that attended the assembly was 784 students. And that's what your whole problem would look like. And it's still your upside down triangle. Okay, so over here, and like I said, if you need to freeze it so that you can see it. So the answer is D. If you were answering number 18, so the answer to 18 is going to be C. So how did I get C? All right, that is it for today. Guys, we're going to be doing review for our unit assessment that is currently scheduled for Friday. I hope we have it on Friday. If not, it'll be moved to Monday if you're needing more practice. All right, we will see you later. Have a great day. Woo! It was a great day, right? All right, we'll talk to you later. Bye.